It's the Morning Pittsburgh Sports Report on TribLIVE Radio and TribLIVE.com. Guy Junker, I'm Ken Laird. Game 2 tonight, Guy. Since the lockout, this has only happened once to the Pittsburgh Penguins. They've been down 1-0 at home. Happened against the Ottawa Senators a couple of years ago. They responded with a 2-1 victory to send things even up on the road. But you don't want to face that daunting 2-0 hole going into another team's barn. They've come out of some 0-2 deficits against Detroit and Washington here in the past couple of years. But, you know, to go on the road to Philly, I wouldn't call this necessarily a must-win tonight, but it's awful close. Yeah,
and there are tons of statistics that point in favor of the Penguins tonight. Geno Malkin has hardly ever had back-to-back scoreless playoff games. He's always rebounded, especially since the run in 2008 when Marc-Andre Fleury had some playoff games under his belt. He's always responded well after losing a game. I think only twice losing back-to-back games. All time, the Penguins, when they've lost a game one at home, they're 9-1 in game two. The teams that have won series in recent history have been the teams that have won the second game of a series, not the first game of a series. For some reason, that seems to be more pivotal. Seems like I'm whistling past the graveyard a little bit. I think I am, because the elephant in the room is the manner in which the Penguins lost game one. I think they can put that behind them. It does give Philadelphia a little bit of a boost, I think, Ken. But, I mean, if anybody, regardless of what you do for a living, there are days you and I walk out and think, man, we didn't bring our A game. That wasn't a very good show.
That's most days.
Yes. Does that mean you can't come back in and have a good show the next day? I was talking with Mike Harvey, the Channel 4 weather man last night, and I said, we've had mistakes on the air. Things go crappy at the 6 o'clock show, wrong tapes. But you come back at 11, you come back strong. This is what these guys do for a living. I don't think they sat there all day yesterday. Oh, man, we blew a 3-0 lead the way everybody else did around the water cooler in town yesterday. Yeah, short memory. Need to win 4 games in 2 weeks. That's plenty of opportunities still out on the table. I think, to me, obviously the power play is the main focus tonight for Pittsburgh. They got 3 chances and came up with the goose egg. Clearly they made some changes Thursday at practice and are going to adjust with at least Steve Sullivan. Because they were listening to us on the show yesterday morning. Naturally. Dan Bosma, a regular listener here to TribLIVE Radio. And Steve Sullivan has been a calming force on the point for them all year. The question is, will they be disciplined enough for 2 different units to get 1 minute each, and will that be effective? It's a little bit late to be making major changes to your 5-on-4. Yeah, I mean, even if you make the change, who's to say that by the third period you don't go back? The thing about change with guys like this when things aren't going well, and I watched hockey as a kid when the line stayed the same all year. You didn't panic when a line went 3 games in a row without scoring a point. Nobody wore helmets either. That's right. In fact, they didn't have Zambonis. Guys just came out with ice chippers and squirted between periods. No, but I mean, the thing about it is, I think professional athletes, period, when something gets interrupted in their routine, sometimes it causes them to focus a little bit more. So I like this better than saying, oh, we'll be okay. We'll just, we'll keep our power play going the way it was, and eventually it'll click. There's not enough time left for eventuallys right now. You've got to, do something different, causes everybody to focus a little bit different because they're doing something that's a little bit out of their norm, and maybe they respond to it. And I think Philly's got some problems, too. Their 6th defenseman, Marc-Andre Bourdon, may not play tonight. They would put Pavel Kabina in the lineup. That would be their 3rd defenseman out of the lineup for Peter Laviolette and the Flyers. So it's not like they don't have issues on the other side as well. And Philly only generated 1 power play. I'm curious to see how this game plays out from a physical point of view. Pittsburgh was pretty disciplined in Game 1. One thing you don't want is them to come out tonight and try to overcompensate for the loss by being dumb, too aggressive, bad penalties, right? Especially in in your offensive zone or something like that, where you're trying to make a splash and put Philly on more 5-on-4s than they had last game. Well, the NHL come out and issued an apology yesterday that they blew the offside call on the first Briere goal the other night. I wonder if that, how the officiating is in this league, did they get a little bit of a break tonight? We owe you one. Yeah, we always have these makeup calls, so maybe they've got that working for them as well. But frankly, all the rookies that the Flyers have used this year, I don't know that Kabina coming in there for a rookie defenseman's necessarily a bad thing. Maybe for not Philly, but he was benched for a reason, though. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but you never know when a rookie's going to melt down and make a mistake. All right, we'll see tonight, 7:30 Friday night, the Game 2. If the Penguins win, they would ensure a Game 5, of course, a week from tonight, right back at Consol Energy Center. We're looking forward to it. For Guy Junker, I'm Ken Laird. This is the Morning Sports Report here on TribLIVE.com.